Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kerry and I love everything beauty and makeup related. I love indie brands with a passion, especially smaller indie brands, and when I come across UK-based ones, I get very excited. So today I'm going to be trying a new indie brand to me. It's called Charlie Betty Beauty. I picked up an eyeshadow palette and two of the liquid lipsticks. I'm excited. So, I picked up the eyeshadow palette, which is called the Earth palette. Like I say, UK-based indie brand, absolutely fantastic. I don't have to pay really expensive shipping prices to get it from the US, like a lot of indie brands that I love, and I did pick up two of the liquid lipsticks. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about this brand and why I was intrigued to try some of the makeup first. So it says Charlie Betty Beauty is a cruelty-free and vegan cosmetics brand established in 2020. So fairly new, I like that. And it's all related to mental health, which I think is fantastic. The owner did start her brand because she had been working as an MUA in the beauty industry for a long time and then was suffering with poor mental health around the time of lockdown, as I'm sure a lot of us were, and she wanted to create just a nice aesthetic and makeup brand that could give something back to mental health charities, as well as create makeup that's a little bit different and for the underdog, it says on the website. So a little bit different, like a green lipstick. Like, I am not opposed to a green lipstick. I love a funky colour lipstick. So it's not going to be your typical wearable all the time on their site, which I absolutely love because the more funky and unique, the better for me. Now, I will link their website down below so you can read the About Me section yourself and see all in detail of why this brand was started and all the ethos behind it. And it says 1% of Charlie Betty Beauty's annual online sales will be donated to Mind. Mind are an amazing charity who provide advice and support to empower anyone experiencing mental health problems, campaigning to improve services and raise awareness and promote understanding about mental health problems. So not only have we got quite a unique indie brand with funky colour stories, they're UK based and they're giving money to mental health charities. I'm just like, I'm very intrigued. You can see why I wanted to pick this up. Let me show you a close up of the palette, the swatches, the liquid lipsticks, and then we'll get into testing this makeup.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed, cause baby I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn, cause baby I got you. Here's to new beginnings and a better life. Here's to dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. God.
So as you can see, as well as all the other things that I was intrigued with about this brand, the colour story of this palette is so up my street. The greens, okay? You know, if you've been on this channel before, I'm an absolute sucker for a green eyeshadow. But not only that, we've got some yellows, like absolutely stunning yellows. And this Ivy shade swatched beautifully, so shiny and metallic. We have got some browns in here, obviously it's the Earth palette. We do have a nice red. We have pastel tones, like we have these two pastels here and this is on the pastel-y side. Like, I really like the variety in this. It's a well thought out colour story and I'm excited to stick it on my eyes. But because it is a new brand to me and I want to test the formula, and because there's so many different ways you can go with this colour story, I'm going to do two separate looks for you. Okay, so at the time that I'm filming this and at the time that I ordered, a lot of this stuff is on offer. It's in the January sales. So I'm not sure when you're seeing this if it's still going to be on offer, but everything I'm using will be linked in the description box, as well as the products I've already got on my face. I do have my base on. We're not going to talk about the spot that has took up residence on my face because that's annoying. So I did buy the liquid lipstick duo, obviously the black and the green. I had to. If there's a funky colour lipstick, I'm going to be picking it up. So the Frankie and Lilith matte liquid lipstick duo, it actually retails for £18, but they're on offer at the minute for £9 for the custom liquid lipsticks. And when I say custom, I didn't know what this actually meant, but you can custom what is on the, like it says Kerry K on the lid. Like, I'm sorry, but that is an amazing little touch. Like, that's £9 at the moment. If you don't want the custom version, it's £8, usually retailing for £16. And the Earth palette is an absolute bargain at the minute at £14, usually £28. So let's dive in. I am going to prime with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base just because I know how shadows perform on this, and obviously this is going to be a new formula to me. They did swatch out quite well, and I don't use any primer or anything like that on my arm. I think currently this is the only eyeshadow palette on the website. I'm excited to see what other colour stories the brand is going to come up with. There was lots of lovely, there was more liquid lipsticks colours, and there was some nice looking lashes on there, but I have to slightly go on a low buy / no buy. Like, it should be a no buy really, but it's me, so okay, I'm thinking I'm not going to be doing a crazy intricate look just because I want to test the formula more than anything, because it's a brand new formula to me. So you know I'm going to be using some of those greens, don't you? I think I want to start out with the shade Gaia, which is the deepest green here, and maybe we'll work with these 3 greens down this side. Like I say, not going to be super intricate or crazy design today. I just want to be testing the pigment, the blendability. Oh, that's packing on beautifully. That green is beautiful. You know I'm a sucker for a green, and I did get a cute little personalised note with my order, which I absolutely love it when indie brands do that. It's just so cute. It's just that extra little touch. But just want to build this up in the outer corner and make sure I've got some nice depth out here. Okay, I'm loving how that has built up and packed on. I am just tickling on the very edges of this first shade before I go in with a blending shade, but so far, first shade, looking very nice. Then I am going to go into the shade called Patchouli, which is this gorgeous green here. I just want to gently pat that over the edge of this deep green first, and I do tend to go back between my shades from one to the other, so I will go in with the deep green again. Oh, look at those tones together. Oh, hello. Like, I wasn't actually aware of this brand whatsoever. It was a makeup group I'm in, the lovely Teresa showed this palette, and I was like, wow, what brand is this? So I'm blaming all of you for not warning me that this palette was out there and I could have had it. You did me dirty, guys. Why didn't you tell me? Then I'm going to go into the Peridot shade, which is the green that's down here. It's on the yellowy side. It's quite pastel looking. I do love me a pastel. I like that this palette goes from light to dark, and we've got different tones in here. It makes me very happy. And with pastel tones, I tend to pack more than try and do swipey blendy motions, because I just find that's the easiest way to use a pastel shade. But let's keep it nice and bright towards this inner corner area. Might even go into a yellow. Ooh, who knows? Who knows? Just making sure that mid-tone green is blending nicely into that more pastel-y shade. Oh, this is giving me life. And this is the thing, isn't it? It's playing around with makeup, and it does help your mental health when you're being creative, when you're doing what you love to do. And I love to play around with eyeshadow, especially green eyeshadow. I think for the very inner corner, I want to go into the most pastel-y looking green, which is called Venus. And I am just going to pack this onto the inner corner because it's so pastel. Wow. That is a beautiful, bright, intense pastel. That is exactly what I wanted from this shade. Wow. Oh, like I say, pack with pastels. That seems to be the best way. I am not a professional. I'm just giving you my tips of how I use pastels and eyeshadow in general, but that has brightened up that inner corner beautifully. Obsessed. You could literally keep this an all matte look and it would look spectacular, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to use some shimmers because I'm trying to test out quite a few shades in this. So I am just going to continue those greens on the lower lash line, then we'll come back and use a shimmer. So I have a number of shimmers I could choose from, and I'm not sure which one to go into, so I am just going to stick my fingers into a few. This is a matte heavy palette, which also makes me very happy. Okay, that is stunning, and it's more on the minty side for the greens. That one is beautiful. That is Capricorn. It's sort of a pinky, iridescent-y shade. Then we've got this bright sort of golden yellow. Oh, and then a really nice sort of pastel yellow shimmer. I'm going to start out with Honeysuckle, which was the pastel yellow shimmer, and I will spray it. I need to clean my brushes, so stop judging me. But I am going to pop this toward the inner part of the eye, just where it's nice and light and bright, near that pastel inner corner. Then I want to go into Bedrock, I think. That was the more minty green. Oh, that is pretty. And I haven't sprayed this one. Oh, that's stunning. And then I think finally I want to go into Ivy because that's swatched beautifully, and that is the deepest green shimmer, and it's just going to make sure that these shimmers merge nicely into the deep mattes in the outer corner. And of course I will go back into the deeper mattes just to go over the very edges of the shimmer to make sure it's nice and seamless, but I feel like this is more or less how the look is going to be. So let me come back when I've done the finishing touches and then we can use one of the lipsticks. Okay guys, so I did stick on some Arttitude Cosmetics lashes in the style Extra. I'm not sure these are available anymore. They will be down in the description box. I'll try and find them. I think the last time I tried to link them, I couldn't find them, but Arttitude Cosmetics have amazing lashes, and I do have a code if you want to save some pennies, and I can't remember if these were gifted to me or whether I bought them myself. And I did just go in my waterline with my Revolution Pro Influencer Overnight Pencil. It's the green one, but like I say, everything should be linked in the description box. Now I've been trying to think of which lip shade to go with. I feel like I wanted to use the green, but I don't know if this green goes with the greens that I've chosen today, so maybe I'll go with the black. As you can see, I can't line my lips for toffee, especially with a black eyeliner pencil, so we're just going to go in with this and hope for the best. This is what the doe foot looks like, so hopefully we can get nice and precise. Doesn't really smell of anything. Ooh, that is opaque. Okay, I do feel like there's no room for error with a black liquid lipstick, which scares me. I love the colour on, but to actually apply it, I am not the best at lip liner or applying black liquid lipsticks or black lipstick of any sort, to be honest. That has gone on beautifully. It's lovely and opaque. I actually find it quite difficult to find a really good black liquid lipstick, so we're going to see how this dries down and see if I'm more impressed with this than the numerous other black lipsticks I've tried. So while that's drying down, and hopefully it won't transfer to my teeth, which a lot of lipsticks do while they're drying down, let's talk about the shades that I used today before we dive into the next look. Now, I knew I wanted to use these three greens because these are the tones of green that sing to me, that make me extremely happy. And the shimmers that we used this one, and this one, so that's three of the shimmers. That's not too bad. I've only got two more that I haven't used. Maybe I could use them in the next look. How many mattes did we use? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mattes. So the predominantly the ones that are left are brown, red, and this green here. Yeah, I'll have to think about what look I'm going to do. Oh yeah, we didn't use the bright yellow. Maybe that could be fun in the next look. I don't know. But I have to say, from the shades that I've used so far and this look and how it's come together, I'm quite impressed. The lip looks like it's drying down beautifully. It's not cracking in between the lines of my lips, which I find quite a number of black liquid lipsticks do tend to do that on me, and it's such a shame because I would love to wear more black lipstick. This one doesn't seem to be doing that, and I think it looks really, really nice. I'm actually quite impressed so far. I will continue to wear this for the rest of the day, and I will either leave a pinned comment down below of how it wore, or I will update you in the next look and let you know how it wore. But so far, applying it and first impressions of it drying down, it looks beautiful, and it doesn't feel heavy or cakey or thick on the lips like some black liquid lipsticks can. You know, like when they feel a bit too tacky and a bit too heavy on your lips, it doesn't feel like that. Also, I quite like it. So please let me know what you think to this look, and let's dive in to look number 2. So guys, for look number 2, I'm thinking I'm going to have to use some of the browns, aren't I? Because I need to test more shades in the palette, so I'm thinking I'm going to start with some browns. Then we might go into the red and maybe the yellow. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to start out in my outer corner with Grounded, which is the deepest brown. Then I might go into foundations and maybe a bit of grain and then Virgo, just the brown tones, just to work on a nice brown blend in the outer corner. So I'm going to take Grounded, which was the deepest brown, and I'm just going to kind of map out a shape I want. Okay, something like that. I mean, it is going to be looking ropey for a little while. I am just going to tickle over the edges of this brown just before I go in with a slightly lighter brown. I think then I want to go in with Grain, which was the more medium, slightly caramelly brown, and just lightly buff that over the edge of the deeper brown. And like I usually do, I will go back and forth between the different shades to make sure I'm happy with the blend and the pigment. Would this have been easier if I'd have started out with no base on? More than likely. However, this is where we are in life. Apparently, this is my journey. And I think I'm going to continue that deep brown toward the inner corner, and I might do a cut crease today. I know I'm looking a little bit crazy right now. I'm aware. Okay, let me jump off, go and do a cut crease, and then we'll come back and hopefully look a little bit less crazy. Okay, the cut crease is on, and I think I want to dive into the reds and the yellow. So I think I am going to go in with a bit of Jasper, a little bit of Saturn, maybe one of the pastels, maybe Venus toward the inner corner, I'm not sure. So I'll start out with Jasper, which is that nice red, and we're just going to plop this onto the centre of the lid. And I am using a flat brush, which isn't picking up the most pigment in the world, but now that it's going on top of a cut crease, I just feel like I want to use a flat brush. Then I can get right up to the cut crease line as well with this flat brush. Then I'm going to go into Satin, which is the bright yellow, and I'm just going to make sure that that leads into the red. And maybe if they cross over a little bit, that will turn into a little bit of an orangey shade, hopefully. Like, you never know. I live in hope. It definitely has turned into a little bit of an orangey shade where they overlap, which is beautiful. Definitely more on this eye. And then we'll go into a little bit of Venus just for the very inner corner because that was lovely and bright and delicious. And I will go in with some shimmers over the top of some of this just because I can't help myself. And again, I want to use as many shades as possible in these looks if I can help it. I'm so happy with how that's looking though. That could just stay an all matte look. Like, I know I need to work on the blend a bit on the outer edges, but I'm super happy with that just as a colour combination. Okay, let me just stick some browns on my lower lash line and then we'll come back and use some of the shimmers. Okay, I think I'm going to use a little bit of Capricorn from the palette, which is sort of a pinky purpley toppery shade here, and I feel like that will look super pretty over the red area. I have sprayed my brush and I have run out of good brushes to apply shimmer with. Oh, that is stunning. I do love me a toppery shade, and that is going to sit beautifully over that red. I'm just going to take a few of the sparkles in it, just kind of over the yellow, a tad as well, just to tie it in a bit better. Okay, let me jump off and do the finishing touches and I'll come back and show you how this looks and we'll discuss the palette. So we have the finished look. Now I didn't go in with the other lipstick, the green one, because I just didn't feel like it would go with this look. But I will definitely test this in an upcoming video, so please make sure you're subscribed if you want to see this. I absolutely love the tone of it. I just didn't want to use it for either of the looks that I did, but I'm excited to try it because I thought this black liquid lipstick was fantastic and it actually stayed looking really nice and feeling really comfortable for the rest of the day. I love the fact that you can get the little engravings on the lid. I think that is just an extra special little touch. I like the formula of the black one, excited to try the green one. They do have a few more different colours in some liquid lipsticks, which I will be excited to pick up, and I'm excited to see if they're going to come out with any more new things palette wise. I did just line my cut crease with, what is this? The L'Oreal Glitter Fever Liner, and I don't actually know the shade because don't think it says it on it. I think I peeled off the sticker, but I'll try and link it down below. I did go in my waterline with my e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick in, is this called Stella Spectacular? Possibly. And the lip I have on is the Kaleidos Lip Clay in Terra, and I just thought it tied in nicely with the browns that I had on the lid, and yes, it has all come together. This is how we are looking. It is very neutral, but it's also a little bit spicy, a little bit different, because we've got the yellow, a little bit of the red, the glitteriness. I like it. So like I said, I love the liquid lipstick, excited to try the other one. I'm imagining it's exactly the same formula and it's going to be just as good as the black one. The palette, the packaging is fantastic. I love the attention to detail. I like the clasps. I think it's really, really nice. And on the inside, I think the colour story is beautiful. It just speaks to me, like if you like these sort of tones, I think this is a very good quality palette. It has surpassed my expectations. The mattes are pigmented and blendable. For me personally, just as a Kerry, like I would have put a black in here just because I love as much depth as possible in a palette. But I know you can't have a black in every single palette. I just have to be a bit nitpicky and say the things that I would personally like to see. I do think we've got beautiful light tones, mid-tones, deeper tones, but like I say, I personally would have liked one shade a little bit deeper. I do love a black shadow, but that's just me. I like the variety of different shimmers. I like the fact we've got a topper shade, we've got more opaque shimmers as well. I just think it's a beautiful selection of colours. It is a really nice formula, and I'm excited to keep working with these mattes and see how I feel. I think the shimmers pick up nice and easy, they apply beautifully, they are more leaning toward the traditional side of shimmers, they're not duochromes, anything like that, but I will say this Capricorn shade has got different reflex in it and is absolutely stunning as a topper shade. I'm so pleased that I picked up this palette. I'm excited to see what the brand comes out with next. Have you heard of this brand and what do you think of this palette? And please let me know down below what you think of the looks that I created. Would you like to see some more looks with it? I would recommend checking out my Instagram, because when I want to continue using palettes, I won't always do a video on it and upload to YouTube, because a lot of YouTube likes the new. So if you're wanting to see different looks with older palettes in my collection, please do check out my Instagram. That will be linked down below, as well as my socials, my Patreon group and my YouTube membership. And hopefully guys, you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.